brand new poll by UNH that looks at 3 New England states, the states of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Now, the results from Massachusetts and Rhode Island won't come as any shock to any of you. They're both Democratic states. They have big Democratic leads. However, I do think the results in the state of New Hampshire are certainly something to keep an eye out for that are very interesting. In the 2024 presidential race from the state of New Hampshire, it's found that Kamala Harris holds 54% of the vote, Donald Trump holds 43% of the vote, 1% for Chase Oliver, and less than that going forward. Don't know, unsure, 2% of the vote. So this is very, very big because back in May, obviously before she became the candidate, Kamala Harris led Trump in New Hampshire by 3 points. In July, when Kamala Harris took over as the candidate, she was up 49-43. August had Harris over Trump 50-43. Now that has gone up to 54-43. This whole time, Donald Trump's support in this UNH poll for the state of New Hampshire has remained consistent, where Trump has hovered around 43% of the vote. Kamala Harris' support has jumped up 4% from August to now. And it's just going over reading the report here, trying to look for why this is the case. Harris's increased lead is largely due to consolidating support among Democrat and left-leaning voters. Nearly all of New Hampshire Democrats, 98%, self-described progressives, over 99%, liberals, 99%, socialists, 99%, support Harris, each slightly higher than they did in August, while 64% of moderate voters support Harris, up from 59% in August. Trump enjoys the support of 88% of Republicans, 92% of self-described conservatives, and 79% of libertarians, but garners only 31% of the moderate vote, which is unchanged from August. Harris also holds wide leads among women with college degrees, 48 points, and men with college degrees, 27 points. Trump holds a smaller lead among men without college degrees at 17, while women without a college degree are evenly split between the two candidates. So as you can see, New Hampshire is a state that has a lot of moderate voters, and it certainly seems, according to the poll, most are breaking for Kamala Harris, which is leading her to this 11-point lead. Now, I'll also just show you Massachusetts and Rhode Island really quick. There isn't too much to look into here. They're both heavily Democratic states. Kamala Harris holds a lead of 62%, Donald Trump 31%, Jill Stein 2%, and so on and so forth. Massachusetts will not be competitive at all, so that's not really worth noting. The state of Rhode Island, similar. Kamala Harris is a 58%, Donald Trump 38%, and Jill Stein 2%. Again, not too much to look into here. The state of New Hampshire, currently in the Real Clear Politics polling average, Harris leads over Trump by 7.7% in the national average. UNH poll has Harris up 11. The last St. Anselm poll has Harris up 8. And a Emerson poll back from July had Harris up 4. That poll is certainly probably not too reliable now that it's a few months ago. There's many things to take away here and to say here. The biggest one, it's undoubtedly Kamala Harris has a big lead in New Hampshire. She's going to win this state. And it's looking more like she'll win the state like Joe Biden did in 2020 than Hillary Clinton did in 2016. And just to show you what I mean by that, in 2020, Joe Biden won the state of New Hampshire by 7.4% of the vote. 7.4%. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the state by 0.37%. And what's interesting here is Trump got about 46.46% of the vote in 2016. In 2020, Trump got 45.36%. So he went down 1% of the vote, but the big gain happened from Biden outperformed Clinton. And according to the polls right now in New Hampshire, it looks like Harris at 51.7 is definitely closer to having Biden's numbers in 2020 than having Clinton's numbers in 2016. I think part of this could also be shown that the Trump campaign thus far has not made much of an effort to try and win the state of New Hampshire. They probably have internal polling showing that this state, in addition to these two polls, is not really within reach for them. And for 4 electoral votes, is probably not worth much of their attention when there are states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin to go after. But still, 11 points for Harris in this poll is certainly a very big lead and could have an effect down ballot on the very contested governor's race in New Hampshire, the most contested governor's race in the country this cycle. But nonetheless, I thought this video was worth doing because even though we know Massachusetts and Rhode Island will not be competitive states, and New Hampshire is looking increasingly like it's more of a Democratic state than a swing state, still interesting nonetheless, and thought it was worth attention and worth your time. 24 electoral map. I already had Massachusetts and Rhode Island obviously in the safe Kamala Harris column. There's no question there. New Hampshire, I mean, you could argue maybe it could be in the likely Democratic column where the average is plus 7.7 right now. But this poll, I think it's more likely than not Harris is looking towards winning the state closer to 10 points than winning the state probably like 5 or 6. So I'm going to put New Hampshire in the safe Democratic column. And with that, Harris and Walz are still at 226. Trump and Vance are still at 219. And we have the remaining toss-up states to go. But certainly out of New England, aside from Maine's 2nd district, which, I mean, is a district that is a Trump-friendly district. There's only been one poll out right now that shows Kamala Harris actually leading there. But the district geographically is very much a Trump-friendly district. I fully expect Trump to win that district. Outside of that, New Hampshire isn't looking too promising for any Trump victories this time around. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day, so I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.